1, 2, 3. Aha. 1, 2, 3, 4. The more you work at something, the better it's going to get. And I tell my kids that all the time. The harder you work, the better it gets. Did you find a spot in our music where we have this pattern? Down, up, up. Raise your hand if you can tell me a spot in your music where you have this pattern. Lily, we've been working on as a PLC is bowing with our second year students, and this is a group of second year students, mostly fifth graders. But if I use less bow, I can still play faster and have great tone quality. Right? So less bow. Let's just try it for fun a little faster. Here we go. A little faster than what we've done in the past. Here we go. And we've been talking a lot about bowing patterns, which are hook bows, which are your down, down, up, up, slurs, where you combine more than one note in a bow. The détaché bowing that we talked about today, which is just your up, down with no accents, just separate bowing. And we've been talking about using bow lifts as well. And these are all things that are articulations in our music to help create expressive qualities. Without them, we don't have the same feel to the music. So what we've been trying to do is do our warm-ups. We've been doing warm-ups trying to incorporate those and then relate them back to where you find them in the music. So we've already done an assessment on it, and part of my goal was to take the results of my assessment and alter my instruction with that. And I had several students who were still struggling with using the bowing. And so that's part of the reason why I started adding it into our before school orchestral warm-ups, because it's in our music, we need to know how to do it, and some of the students just need more pedagogical touch to be able to actually physically feel that, and I can't always do all of that in a 30-minute lesson. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. A lot of what I was doing today working with the bowing was what we call pedagogical touch, where I go around and I actually physically touch the student and help them move their bow in the correct direction. There are several students who are still having a hard time moving in the correct way, and part of that is helping to develop gross motor skills with the right hand. I do have some students as well who are having a hard time with left hand, which is your fine motor skills with your fingerings. Some students who have some problems with, well, not problems, but some students who are still working on retention of information. You know, we go over these scales every week in class. Many of them, we've done a lot of these scales for almost 2 years now. And so at this point, they should know them, but sometimes, you know, because of organizational skills and things like that, we have to go back and we have to basically do spiral-based curriculum where we go from the bottom up. T, 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 slur, T, T, tot, tot, tot. Now play it. 1 and 2 and T, 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 slur, T, T, tot, tot, tot. Again, we are heavily performance-based. I mean, we do a lot of things in music, but a lot of the way our community measures us is how do we sound at our concerts. And that's a really tough thing because I want to do more than just teach how to play the right notes. But that's a really, really important thing. We still have 6 rehearsals left. Please put that away and move to the K-Son song without talking, please. Persephone, what do you need, dear? But specifically for strings, you know, we talk a lot about left brain, right brain. And with music, it's one of the few areas where it actually uses both sides of the brain simultaneously. But with strings, it actually crosses what's called the midline. And that's where you're using your left brain, right brain, and the areas in between. And the way that that's done is the left hand is your left brain with your technical skills and such. And then you have your right hand with the expressive qualities and characteristics. Those are your gross motor skills. And then, of course, you're having to process what's on the page and make your hands do all of the same things. So you really have 3 things going on all at one time. And that's really a very unique thing to strings because your hands are doing 2 different things at the same time to create a whole piece of work. Has anybody seen my baton? Up, there it is. Good news. I put fresh batteries in it this morning, so we should sound really good. Here we go. It's a joke. Okay, here we go. Left hand set. Left hand set. Bow on the strings. Show me your nest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Quick. 1, 2, 3. Lift. One and two, T, tot, tot. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't totally address strings without first addressing music education as a whole, because I just see strings as a division of the benefits of music education. So I think it's important, and something we're really proud of as music educators is the fact that we can address cognitive thinking, problem-solving skills, critical thinking, emotional development, and we really create an environment where students from all abilities, all mental abilities, physical abilities, socioeconomic statuses, they can all come together to make one purpose, which is creating a product. And they can work together in that way. They're not divided. They're all in one classroom together. And as teachers, all teachers, we're not trying to teach students to be bystanders and observers. We're trying to teach students to be leaders and creators. And you can't participate in the music classroom and be a part of it unless you're actively making music. So that's a really big thing. You know, we have all of those things that we develop as music educators, including character education, because that's really important too in every classroom. Listen, if I leave my left hand down even after my bow leaves the string, do you hear it ring? I leave my left hand pushed all the way down. Can you do that with me, please? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.